All right, so we are live. How's everyone doing tonight? Doing ferocious females tonight. Here with Miss Boomstick as always. So what's going on? We'll talk a little bit of what's going on before we get into our females. Oh, you got some screens open?
Yeah, I was trying to get our thing open so I could be prepared if I need to comment or monitor or whatever. But
comment, share, kick out, whatever. Hopefully it won't come to that part, but yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I've been busy this week, and I started back up at Walmart again. The different one, though, not the same one I was working at. And this one's actually closer, only takes me like 3 minutes to get to right down the road, so it's better. Yep.
Got a heat advisory today, and of course we had to go shopping, so I'm like dying. We're finally getting cooled off.
Yeah, I saw I can't think of his name offhand. The guy who was in Return of the Living Dead, I posted, passed away either today.
Yeah, it was like CLU. I forget what his last name was, but his first name was like CLU.
Yeah.
Something. I'm not sure how to pronounce that.
Yeah, I'm not really sure either, but
I know I got it on here. Yeah, CLU and then Gulliger.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly.
Yeah. Gallagher, Gulliger, whichever. But
yeah,
it's like
I'm horrible at pronouncing names, so I'm not sure.
It's like everybody's dying this month. It's like, what's that?
Yeah.
Like the third, fourth one now in a row. It's like they always hit in threes. Just
yeah.
So, yeah, it's catching up on a little bit of shows. I guess go ahead and we'll mention it again. But tomorrow we're going to be doing a 7:00 show with Lola Sandra from Knife Corps, so that'll be fun.
Mm-hmm. Great movie. If you haven't seen Knife Corp, definitely see it. Or Is Knife Corps or Knife Corp?
Knife Corp, I guess.
Knife
Corp.
Okay.
Like corporation.
I was thinking there was a P in it.
Yeah, just like corporation. Knife Corporation, they're selling knives. So, yeah.
So, I'm planning on keeping me busy this week with editing.
Yeah, just a whole bunch of editing and whatever. More thumbnails, more editing.
Yeah. Gets me doing something.
So, yep.
Make me feel like I'm not worthless.
Was it Hercules? We are worms. They turn into worms, the two demons that work for Hades. That was funny. And then next Saturday, Michael Bailey Smith coming on, Super Freddy and Balthazar and the Source from the original Charmed. Hills Have Eyes. And, when I was looking through, I'll have to find what episode, but he said he was in Shameless and it says guy in dress. So I'm wondering what part that was.
I saw that too.
So I'm going to have to ask him, be like, wait a minute, guy in dress? What was... I don't remember. I've watched all the seasons, but it's been so long, and I don't recall paying any attention to...
I've never seen Shameless, so I don't know.
Such a great show. Oh, my gosh.
I've heard it is, but I've never watched it.
Some of it might be a little awkward to watch. There's a lot of sex in it, too. But besides that, the storylines and the plots and the whole drug business, I mean, it is really good, though. So, but
nice. I watched... Of course, I watched They, Them yesterday. I talked about it a little bit because there wasn't really much news going on, but I decided to go live anyway. But after I went over the few measly topics that there was, I talked about the They, Them for a little bit, but then I ended up watching Prey last night. Mm-hmm. Prey was actually pretty good. The new Predator movie.
Yep, I gotta watch that. I know that came out this weekend.
Yeah, it came out yesterday. At least on Hulu it did.
Yeah.
I don't know if it went to theater or not, but it came out on Hulu. A lot of people I've seen talking highly about it, but I watched it. I thought it was pretty good.
Yep, I'll check that out eventually. There's so much other stuff to watch. It's hard to
Right. Of course, most of the animals are CGI. There are some dogs and horses that are not CGI, but all the animals that I'll say possibly get attacked are CGI. Because I don't think all of them do, but there are dogs and horses that are real, and there's also CGI animals. And the Predator looks weird too, but it also takes place like
But
1770 something.
yeah, it's in the 1700s.
Yeah,
So the Predator's probably evolved over the years. I heard the Predator looks a little bit different. So.
right. He's got like a bone like mask thing, and it's actually pretty cool. It reminds me of a Wendigo, and they're doing it with the Comanche, and apparently you can watch it with all Comanche. I guess some people are getting confused because when you watch it, they're actually speaking English, but they basically did that for the audience.
Right.
But apparently, and then she'll speak to the dog in like Comanche, like her dog. But I guess you can watch it like all in Comanche and have it English dubbed. So if you're interested in that, apparently you can do it that way. If you don't, but a lot of people don't like subtitles, so I don't know if you would or wouldn't. But I haven't watched it like that because I didn't know you could like choose it till after I'd watched it. But it'd probably be interesting.
Who knows? There might be a little bit of different translations too. Who knows?
True.
So, I'll probably watch the English. I mean, I might go back and watch it, but subtitle movies. It's kind of you got to be on that mood to focus and read it, and
Right. It is true. But yeah, I didn't know till after I watched it that you could switch it to the dubbed version. But so I might rewatch it. It's pretty good, so I don't mind rewatching it.
Someone was asking.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, someone was actually asking if it, for a movie, they actually had me in electronics today helping out instead of Homeland. Homeland. I keep saying Homeland. Yes, I work for Homeland Security. Homeland. Stationary. I might as well just say stationary, putting out school stuff and everything. But I got thrown into electronics today, which is fine with me. I'd rather be there anyway, so I didn't care. But as I was walking by, they were like, "Prey, dude." I'm like, "Nah, that's just Hulu. It's not out yet." I'm like, "Dang, people think it's coming out to DVD today."
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's a Hulu exclusive. So, yeah, I'll check it out. And I forgot that They Them was out too.
Yeah, that came out yesterday as well.
So someone was saying that it was all right. I mean, it was,
that was my opinion too. It was all right. It was like, it had a solid opening. I'll give it that. It had a solid opening, but then it kind of like, I figured out who the killer was like really quick. And I don't know if anybody else does either, but once you kind of figure out who the killer is, you kind of know where it's going, put it that way.
Right.
But, yeah, I first, before I figured out who the killer was, because there's a lot of like people that didn't get even names or introduced and even know they were in this circle, like talking to each other and whatnot. No names, no introductions, no lines whatsoever. I'm like, they're dead. So obviously, they're going to be dead.
Just he, she, they, and them, whatever.
So, but no, it ends up, they just have pointless characters for no reason. But it did start out strong. I will give it that. Like the opening scene is really well done, and then I just feel like it kind of lost its momentum. There are some characters I really did like, though.
I was saying on Facebook, there's actually also that movie Children of Sin that's like similar to that line where it's a conversion, and there's actually like more gore and killing in that one, which I did watch. Children of Sin, it was pretty good.
What's that one on?
That's actually on Tubi also.
Oh, really? I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah,
check that one out.
Yeah, Chris Moore is in it and directed it. Who did Triggered? That's his movie, the other one that came out. So, but this one, I mean, I don't know if I liked it more than Triggered or about the same, but it was good though. So. Parents took him to that reform camp, whatever. So
interesting. Let's say they turned out. It was started really strong. It was like you knew who the hero was, like pretty much right off the bat. You knew if you pay attention enough, you'll know who the killer is pretty quickly before the reveal. But there is one surprise reveal that you do not expect, and I won't give that away because
it's too new to talk about.
Yeah. I kind of put it. If you watch my news, I go into it a little bit without giving spoilers but I don't want more people watch this than my shit. So I won't say it, but if you're interested, you watch my news I posted yesterday. But I don't give spoilers. I try to word it the best I can without spoiling it. But there is a surprise reveal in there that I didn't expect. Didn't see that one coming whatsoever.
Just
I thought
like
that
like the sleepaway camp reveal. No, I'm just kidding.
no, well, kind of, but that's unrelated.
This is shocking, but not like
Not
that,
really.
though.
It's not really shocking. Yeah, it really. But there is something to that effect in there, but it's not the same sleepaway camp vibe, and it has no point to the story either. So, but the thing I'm talking about is different.
Right.
You don't see that one coming. Excuse me. At least I didn't. Excuse me. I got hiccups.
It's all right. It's like, go. So yeah, since it's coming out, we were talking about, like movies coming out this month. They're coming out with the second Orphan, or the prequel, or First Kill, it's called, I think.
19th, I believe.
Yeah.
It's either 14th or 19th. I want to say it's the 19th. It's going to be on Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
Because I covered it in the week before on the news. A lot of stuff coming out on the
August. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff this month. Oh, I think it started too, and I got to watch the new Beavis and Butthead 2 is supposed to be up, the new episodes.
Yeah, I saw that. I haven't got to watch it yet because I was watching The Prey and They Them, but yeah, I saw that.
I saw like some clip. They're like, I guess they thought it was an escape room, but they're in a bathroom, and then they like looking for clues, and then it's like the turd in the toilet. Now, why would there be a turd in a toilet? And they're like trying to find it. It's just so stupid. They're like, damn it. He's like, damn it, I'm trying to think here. Oh, and it's so stupid. And I think it was like an escape room, because I saw something on the outside that said escape room, but then they were in an actual bathroom. So I don't know if they misinterpret and go to the bathroom in the escape room or what. I'll have to watch the episode and find out. But
right, yeah, I'll have to watch it. I love Beavis and Butthead, but it came out when I was like a teenager, so I fell in love with it.
Like back when good MTV shows were on.
They still played music. They were starting to phase out, but they still played music. Then I seen a meme the other day. It said it was like a rocket and a bunch of like sci-fi stuff, and it was like, if MTV still never quit playing music, this is what our world would have been. Yeah. I don't remember if I shared that or not. I may have.
I don't know.
I don't think I did. Oh, have you seen? I didn't do it on my news because it's just like they're talking about it, but there's no like go thing or anything. But James Gunn is talking about
an R-rated Scooby-Doo. Like they would do it, but he's busy right now. But they would.
Yeah, they basically just give him the go ahead, and the way I understood it from the articles I've read, apparently Freddie Prinze Jr. Let me scroll back up here.
Yeah, he would do it if. And I guess they're just the company, like I guess giving the okay to do an R-rated one, but it would be cool to see an R-rated Scooby-Doo.
Yes. Okay, my mouse wants to be stupid, so.
But yeah, there isn't anything official. They're just talking that they would like to, or they would try to do it if they.
Basically, giving hints that if they want it done, he will do it.
Yeah. It's like, do it.
Yes. It'd be like the Banana Splits. That was great.
There we go. And that was like a kid's spin-off. Mm-hmm. So it can be done. It can be done.
Well, of course, not everybody thinks it's great, but I thought it was. But I like that kind of shit.
Well, then you got the. I read comments of the people who were like, "It's a family show. Don't turn it on." Blah 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 blah.
The people who created it was like excited that people still like remembered who they were, and they was like all for it. At least that's what I heard about. So they was like, they wouldn't have gave them the rights if they thought it was something stupid.
Exactly.
Or didn't agree with it, I should put that way. But
yeah. Well, I totally forgot I was watching clips too, and like, they throw in some adult stuff even in the PG ones, but I guess it was the second one. They were like, did you know in Scooby-Doo, he actually smelled out his friends, and he smelled out his stoner friends in it. Like if there was a part where it's on the carpet, he's like, he's going like this, and all of a sudden he's like, hey, guys. like he smelled his stoner friends out in the crowd.
It's been a while since I've seen the Scooby-Doo movies, but
I saw that like when
I
I was
wouldn't put it past them, to be
like
quite
I was scrolling
honest.
through TikTok and they had like they just have random stuff and childhood ruined.
I don't remember. I don't remember if it was the first one or the second one. I wanted to see. I think it was the first one. I wanted to see it so bad, but I felt weird to go see a kids movie at the theater. So I made my brother go. I forget, he was a lot younger, so I like took him to the theater just because I
Right.
wanted to see the Scooby Doo movie. What year did that come out?
I don't even remember.
Oh, look.
Was it 99?
2002.
Oh,
2002, so
20 years ago, yeah.
my brother would have been 11.
Okay.
So yeah, and then I would have been no.
You're like, yes, no.
I would have been 23. So I was like, yeah. I was like, I don't want to be 23.
Sitting by yourself.
I had to do some math because I can't do it in my head. So I had to do some math. Yeah.
That's funny. So, yeah. I don't know who you have on your. I guess we'll just switch off on the top of our list here. If you have it, just cross it off. But I got American Mary 2012, Catherine Isabelle, of course, who played Mary Mason. So that was a good one. If anyone hasn't seen that, that one she wants to be a med school student. She gets invited by I don't know if it was the TA or the teacher, I forget, and she gets assaulted at a party, which pretty much messes with her head. And then she gets involved with some people who do underground surgeries. They offer to pay her since she's in med school. So she gets, I guess, pulled into the underworld surgeries, I guess you could say. They even have Tristan Risk has an interesting part, has like all these weird doll surgeries that she does. And,
yeah, she's trying to make herself look like Betty Boop.
Yeah. That's right, Betty Boop. She's trying to look like. I don't know why I said doll. I'm thinking of American Horror Stories, the doll episode. That's probably why.
Well, she does kind of look like a doll, but yeah, she's trying to make herself look like Betty Boop.
Yeah, and then the Soska twins have a little cameo in it. They want to be sewn together.
And the one I got on my list, Misery with Annie Wilkes.
Yep, I'll cross that one off. I have that too, of course.
After a famous author is rescued from a car crash by a fan of his novels, he comes to realize that the care he is receiving is only beginning of a nightmare of captivity and abuse. Yep. And it gets crazy.
I think we've talked about that a few times because it fit into so many categories the last few shows. So Misery is definitely a good one to check out.
Oh, yes, definitely. Especially with one scene where she breaks his ankle.
Yep, brutal.
Yeah. And that is all practical effects, too.
Method? No, I'm just kidding. Could you imagine? Ooh. Then I got she's still as the character, but she was introduced as Tiffany, of course, Bride of Chucky, 1998, Jennifer Tilly. So, which becomes the bride, Chucky's girlfriend, wife. So, I'm looking forward to the next season's going to be really good. Can't wait.
Yeah, they're bringing Glenda.
Glenda too. Yep.
Yes, and which is one thing is weird about it is they're having, I don't know if they're starting out as like real life characters, because when I seen it, I didn't see the doll. It was like
it was the background of the kids. Yeah.
So I was like,
in what was it? It was
weird.
Was it in Cult, or I think at the end of Cult or Curse, or one of those, they actually had like the birthday party, and it showed Glenn in a human form. I can't remember if they were both or if it was just Glenn. So I guess they're starting them out as kids in it. But
Yeah,
then, of
unless
course,
they're just advertising it, and they'll have them like transport into bodies or something. But we
well,
don't know.
just like the multiple Chuckies in each body, they're probably, I mean, they might be in each body too. So who knows how they're going to do that.
True. And then my next one is actually in multiple movies, also two notably. Nurse Ratchet. She starts out in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, which is a criminal pleads insanity and is admitted to a mental institution where he rebels against the oppressive nurse and rallies up the scared patients. Of course, the nurse is Nurse Ratchet, and this also has Jack Nicholson in it, and who else? Michael Berryman, Louise Fletcher plays Nurse Ratchet. Danny DeVito is in it.
Oh, I think didn't she pass away recently too?
Possibly.
Oh no, I'm thinking of the Star Trek woman. Never mind, she already passed away. Yeah. Sorry to interrupt. I was just like, oh yeah.
Oh, you're fine. Christopher Lloyd is also in it, and that's the only names that are really like standing out to me right now. And then recently in 2020, a movie came out called Ratchet, which is basically how Nurse Ratchet, I think it's like how she started out before One Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It says in 1947, Mildred Ratchet begins working as a nurse at a leading psychiatric hospital, but beneath her stylish exterior lurks a growing darkness. And this has Sarah Paulson in it. And who else? Let's see if any names. Vincent D'Onofrio. I'm probably not saying that correctly. Sharon Stone. And it was on Hulu last time I looked. I don't know if it's still on there, but it was on Hulu for anybody interested. I thought it was pretty. Oh, it says Netflix on here.
I thought it was Netflix, but
yeah, I was thinking it was Hulu, but apparently it was Netflix because it says here on IMDb Netflix. But I don't know why I was thinking it was Hulu. But it may or may not still be on there. I don't know. But I thought Nurse Ratchet definitely, even though she's in multiple movies, she definitely deserves her title in the villains. I have mine kind of separated between villains and creatures.
mm-hmm.
So
okay, well, however you want to do it, it's fine.
Right, it doesn't matter how you do it. I can jump back and forth. I'm just letting you know I got. If you wonder the way I'm doing,
I actually just made one whole list. I didn't separate creatures or anything, but and of course Catherine Isabelle again, and she played Ginger in Ginger Snaps in 2000. Her and her sister, they're like kind of obsessed with like the dead, and they take like fake pictures, and they're kind of the morbid, weird sisters that people like avoid, or whatever. They're just, everybody knows they're the weirdos basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then she gets bit by the werewolf. That transformation. Her sister tries to help her out. That kind of storylines, but definitely one worth checking out.
And I got Orphan. I didn't even know we have the new one coming out, but a husband and wife who recently lost a baby adopt a 9-year-old girl who is not nearly as innocent as she appears. This got a hell of a twist. If you haven't seen it yet, it's got one hell of a twist. So definitely check it out, especially before the 19th, 14th, whenever the hell the new one's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely check it out. What's her name? It's like Esther, isn't it?
It's Esther, I believe.
I'm looking.
It is Esther.
Yeah, Esther.
Which is a weird kid name anyway. Oh, Esther.
Yeah, it's like an old school name, but yeah.
Yeah. So then next one for me came out in 1994, Serial Mom, Kathleen Turner. That seemed like the everyday, just normal household wife and school mother, and taking her kids out. And has a secret life of anyone who messes with her family, teachers, neighbors, people at the video store, which is funny because Matthew Lillard is in it. Who
I was going to say, wasn't he in that?
he was the son. Him and Ricky Lake was the daughter. And it's funny because he, I can't remember. I think he did work in the video store, but he liked movies, and then his character in Scream liked to do movies. Or no,
I've got that around here somewhere.
Or actually, Jamie Kennedy's character worked or liked the movies.
Well,
but
technically, he liked the movies too. He didn't work with the movies like Kennedy, but obviously, like movies too.
Well, there was that scene where he's in the
movies.
Well, when they were both in the video store talking and everything, and he was saying, "So you think I got a shot with it?" Yeah, no, I don't.
And we got Carrie. Yeah, one of the ones that probably topped them all. Carrie White, a shy, friendly teenager who is sheltered by her domineering religious mother, unleashes her telekinetic powers after being humiliated by her classmates at her senior prom.
Well, that they're even making fun of her in the beginning too, when she has her period for the first time. And of course, her mom thinks she's evil for that. Weird, locks her up in the closet. So I'm assuming you're talking about the 76 version, the good one,
right? Well, they're both the same like concept, so either one. But yeah, I was going off the original. Yeah, but either one works because they have the same plot. Pretty much.
Yeah, same plot, just a little bit different. But
and then I also picked Baby from the House of the Thousand Corpse Devil Rejects. 3 from Hell. She's in all of them. I know a lot of people hate her, but I think that's like her best character, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
She does Baby very well. Scaringly well.
It's like, is she acting? Let's hope. It's like she's just crazy.
But yeah, out of all Rob Zombie's movies, I think that she has been in, obviously she's been in all of them, but Baby's been her best character.
Yeah. And I got, of course, 1980, Friday the 13th, Mrs. Voorhees, Betsy Palmer.
Mm-hmm.
Kill for mommy. Before Jason came, she took care of the counselors, wanting her revenge before the 10 following sequels. Or 9, whatever.
And my next one. Now, this, if you haven't seen it, plug your ears. It's going to be a spoiler. But this movie came out in 2003, so it is what it is. This movie's called High Tension. Mm-hmm. Best friends Maria and Alexina. I don't know. Decide to spend. This is French, by the way. To spend a quiet weekend at, we'll say, Alex's parents' secluded farmhouse. But on the night of their arrival, the girls' getaway turned into an endless night of horror. And very good. Definitely check it out. I don't want to give too much more away without giving a spoiler, but yeah, there is a female character that I won't get into too much more of that one. But definitely check out. Like I said, it's French. So I'm pretty sure they are subtitles. I don't know if there's any dubbed ones out there, but definitely check it out. I thought the movie was very well done. Very good.
We got 1997 Scream 2. Laurie Metcalf, who was Debbie Salt / Miss Loomis, who hooked up the killers in that one to get revenge on Sydney for killing her son. So, spoiler, but hey, everybody's seen it anyway. So,
right.
But yeah, she was pretty crazy at the end. I thought she was suspicious. I remember the first time seeing it, how she, popping up as the reporter and coming up to Courtney Cox or Gail Weathers and trying to worm her way in. And in movies, killers always return to the scene of the crime. So,
right. And there's actually multiple Scream movies that have a female villain.
Yeah, I got Scream 4 also, yeah.
The new one as well.
And Yeah.
I don't know what the character's name because I didn't add any of the screams to my list, but the new one as well has a female.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That one out. All right. Yeah, what you got next? Then?
I got Happy Death Day. College student must relive the day of her murder over and over again in a loop that will end only when she discovers her killer's identity. And one, of course, we know of Rob Mello, but there's also another person behind things that is a female villain. I won't say the character because it's 2017, still kind of new. I don't know how many people have seen it, but there is a female villain in that.
All right. And I got sort of a creature / alien one here, 1995 Species with Natasha Henstridge. She played Syl, who was created in a lab mixed in with alien DNA with human DNA. And she grows up pretty quick. I guess when she's probably maybe 10 or 12, she like busted out of the cage before she became full adult. But it was only a matter of weeks, though, or however long. I forget the time.
Yeah, it wasn't long. I don't remember.
But it wasn't long, but she aged years quickly within however long, in a short period of time. And she breaks out, and she's trying to find a mate, basically, throughout the whole movie. So it's just alien mating with humans to find the right combination of DNA. So I think it wasn't all the guys that, if I remember, she had to find a particular one. Am I right, or was I thinking, or it didn't matter because I know she just was finding.
I don't really remember, to be quite honest. I can look it up though. Let's see if it says in the.
Because I know she had killed like a couple of them, and whether it was like, how some insects or whatever kill their partners, praying mantises, just for example. Because I know there was one part when she was kissing in the hot tub and she took her tongue and it went through the head and killed that one guy in the hot tub.
It doesn't say in the synopsis, so and it might have had something to do with it. It's been forever since I've seen it, so I'm not 100% sure on that.
I mean, I sort of remember it. Like I said, I remember that tongue kill through the head. That was awesome. Yeah. That was one of my favorite scenes. But yeah, Syl in general was one of the female creatures there. All right.
And I got Ma, just M-A, Ma.
Yeah.
This one came out in 2019. A lonely woman befriends a group of teenagers and decides to let them party at her house. Just when the kids think their luck couldn't get any better, things start happening to make them question the intention of their host. It's played by Octavia Spencer, and Juliette Lewis is also in this. But Octavia, as she plays Ma, and good creepy movie is basically she's trying to be everybody's friend. And
of the high schoolers,
and gets a little carried away. Trying to like fit in. Yeah,
little obsessive stalker. Yeah,
I'm definitely underplaying that. But yeah, I thought, oops, how the fuck is spell? I thought it was a good movie.
Yeah.
I'm trying to type and talk, and it's not working. Okay, there we go.
All right, so for the next one, we'll go ahead with Jennifer's Body, 2009, Megan Fox. I'm sure you probably had her too.
Oh, yeah.
So, where she's possessed and starts killing people at school.
Yeah, I like that movie. And I got Greta. A young woman befriends a lonely widow who's harboring a dark and deadly agenda towards her. A very kind of creepy movie with an interesting twist to it. So definitely check it out. It also has Chloe Grace. I'm not sure how to pronounce that last name. Ortiz?
Yeah, who played Carrie and
she played Carrie and
Hit Girl.
Yeah, she was in the remake of Let the Right One In, or
Yeah, she's in the.
But yeah, so definitely a good creepy movie to check out.
And,
We got Nurse, just plain old Nurse. By the day, Abby Russell is a dedicated nurse. By night, she lures cheating men to their brutal deaths and exposes them for who they really are. Everybody thinks she's so beautiful. And I don't know. I don't think I mean, she's good looking, but I didn't think she's like that good looking. So the portrayer in this movie, there was like people would just like instantly get obsessed with her almost. But I'm not a guy, so maybe there's something there. I don't know. I'm not attracted to women, so obviously they're pretty, but I wouldn't say that they're sexy, but
um, then something that I had mentioned sort of earlier. Uh, it's a he, she, of course, but Sleepaway Camp, Felissa Rose. So
well, the aunt too.
Well, in
Well,
the ant. So there we go. Yeah.
yeah, the aunt, she just passed away not too long ago. Maybe a year or so. I don't know. Yeah, Hard Candy.
Mm-hmm.
Harley's a smart, charming teenage girl. Jeff's a handsome, smooth fashion photographer. An internet chat. It's weird. A coffee shop meetup and a promptu fashion shoot back at Jeff's place. Jeff thinks he's at lucky night, but he's in for a surprise. If you haven't seen this movie, definitely check it out. Patrick Wilson plays a creepy dude.
Yeah.
And says Elliot Page, but don't they go by something else now?
No, she goes by Elliot now. So.
Oh, okay. I was thinking that was their old name for some reason, but
No, she became Elliot.
gotcha.
I forget what her old name is right now, but it was similar to that.
It was
Ellen.
similar.
It was Ellen Page. No,
Okay.
Was it Ellen Page or?
Fuck if I know.
Oh,
But
no.
anyway,
But that's what he wants to be known as now, anyway. So
yeah. So Elliot Page, before he transitioned, was in this movie, and I guess it says as Ellen Page. Okay, duh. It says right here on the IMDb. Helps if I read. But yeah, he plays Haley Stark, and definitely a creepy movie to check out. Patrick Wilson's definitely creepy in this movie, and he Haley. I had to scroll back down for the character name. I forgot. Haley Stark is very, very creepy as well. And we got Samara from The Ring, all the rings. I don't remember. Do they go by Samara in the Japanese one as well? Do you know?
I'm not sure. Probably.
About the girl next door. That's supposed to be based on a true story as well. I'll pull up the synopsis. Next door. Not that one. Not that one. Is it this one? It's not that one.
Oh, Bones said it's Sudoku and Ringu. So yeah, the name's a little bit different. It's been forever.
How many movies called The Girl Next Door? Oh, here, 2007. I found it. Follows the unspeakable torture and abuse committed on a teenage girl in the care of her aunt and the boys who witness and fail to report the crime.
Yeah. I think Scout was in that movie or with the remake or not. I don't know if it was that one or another version, but Scout Taylor Compton was in that.
Yeah, she wasn't in the one I'm looking at right now.
Okay. Oh, I think hers version was like the American Crime or whatever they called it. A different. It wasn't called The Girl Next Door because there's different versions of the movie. So I guess she was in the other one. But I remember her talking to Danielle about it on Talk Scary to Me. We got
I don't know. I don't know that one. I looked up American Crime, but I don't see. Oh, here it is. Yeah. So that says 2007 too. Okay. I don't know.
yeah, they had different ones come out. So, but either way, they're both pretty brutal.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen that one.
Another one that I got 2002, Queen of the Damned, last movie Aaliyah was in before her plane crashed.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember hearing that it was pretty much done except one little line had to be edited. And I heard at the end of the movie that they actually got her brother to whisper the line, to change his voice and whisper to do her like last line in the movie.
Interesting.
And it just says, in this loose sequel, the interview with a vampire, the Vampire Chronicles, the vampire stop becomes a rock star whose music wakes up the equally beautiful and monstrous queen of vampires.
Yeah, I have that on my list as well.
And I got, of course, 1973, The Exorcist, Reagan, Possessed. But still, I guess I'd count it as one.
It was listed when you look up like female villains. It was listed in that, so I would count it. It shows up in Google as that. So the next one I pick is Audition. A widow takes an offer to screen girls at a special audition arranged for him by a friend to find him a new wife. The one he fancies is not who she appears to be after all. Piano wire will become a new meaning, and kiki kiki or whatever she says. Oh my god.
Yeah, I agree, Bones. They should have had him and they, them. Jane the Ripper.
The next one, this is fairly new, so I'll just read the synopsis and I won't give too much detail past that. But last night, I think this is more of a thriller than a horror, but I'm going to count it anyway. Last night in Soho, aspiring fashion designer is mysteriously able to enter the 1960s when she encounters a dazzling wannabe singer, but the glamour is not all it appears to be, and the dreams of the past start to crack and splinter into something darker. Matt Smith is I shouldn't say also in this, but is in this. He plays a creepy ass character. Plus, if you know him from Doctor Who, you get to see him dance. Apparently, he danced in Doctor Who as well, but I don't
Didn't he in Morbius also? He did. He danced in Morbius too, like once he became a vampire and he was healthy again.
I haven't seen that, so I don't know.
Oh, okay. I guess they just want to get him to dance, whatever.
Hey, I'll take Matt Smith dancing.
And next one, I got the Loved Ones, where her name is Lola, but she goes by Princess or Lola. She asks out a fellow high school student to the prom, gets turned down, and her and her dad basically tie him up, kidnap him, torture him. She just has her way with him. So I won't really go too much into it if you haven't seen it, but it's just...
I haven't even heard of that one.
The Loved Ones? Oh, it's really good. Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I didn't quite hear what you said. Yeah, never mind. I lied. I have heard of that.
Okay, yeah.
But my next one, there's actually two of these, but the one I am reading off is the 2010 one because I didn't see I think it's 70s or 80s version on IMDb as fast. The sadistic members of a villainous family return to their childhood home to terrorize the new owners and their guests. And the mother is the lead of the boys. There is like a 70s, 80s version, and then there's a 2010 version. Me personally, because I've seen both, I like the 2010 version better than the 80s, but I would say watch both and figure out. But either way, the mother is the villain in both. So definitely a good film to check out.
Yeah, Bones was saying that it's only on DVD, but it does say that it's on Pluto TV, The Loved Ones. So if you get the Pluto TV app, it should be on there. And then we got The Woman in Black. And obviously, Woman in Black, the ghost. There you go. The title alone says it.
Isn't that the one with Harry Potter in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like that movie.
I think I know there's like another Woman in Black, like an older movie, and I can't remember if
it probably is, but
I just can't remember if it was black and white or not, or if it was colored. But either way, it was better than.
Yeah, everybody has their own taste, but obviously, but yeah, I didn't like that one. But and we got I mentioned it quickly earlier. Well, we said what was the one with Chloe? I don't know. I got the original one, Let the Right One In. Then there was also a remake, but I think the remake is titled slightly different. But the original,
I think it's just called Let the Right One In, or
it could be something to that effect. I already got 2 IMDb pages pulled up, so I don't really want to pull up another one because I already got these set to where I want them.
Right.
But it says this kid was overlooked and bullied, and a bullied boy finds love and revenge through Ellie, a beautiful but particular girl. And let's say there's 2 of these, one with Chloe, which is the remake, and then this one is foreign, I believe. I don't remember.
Yeah, the first one was a foreign one.
Yeah, I don't remember where it's from, but I'm trying to look on here and I don't see.
I could be wrong, but I want to say Norway.
It's possible. Yeah, I don't see, because some of this on IMDb is in foreign language, so I don't know. But yeah,
I'm thinking Norway, but
we'll go with Norway. I don't know if it's correct, but we'll go with it. And then my next one, Dusk Till Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
With Salma Hayek.
Yes.
She's not a main character, but I don't care. I'm adding it.
That is fine. Add her.
Then I also got the Evil Dead, Linda and Henrietta. Of course, they're not main characters, but they're good enough. Oops.
And even though we sort of root for her being the bad killer in it, they get what they deserve. All of the I spit on your graves when she gets her revenge on them.
Yeah. Yeah, she definitely deserves her revenge.
All of them, the remake and the original. I think it was the second one, the new second one, where she took that pipe and shoved it right up that guy's ass. I was like, oh, because I think he was like molesting the stepdaughter, and just.
I haven't seen all of them, so I am not. What are you doing? Oh, I hate this mouse sometimes. There we go. But yeah, if he was doing that, definitely deserves what he gets.
Yeah.
I didn't have this on my list, but so speaking of, since you brought up I Spit on Your Grave, Even Lambs Have Teeth. I absolutely love that one. Oh, I think it's on Tubi. At least it was. I don't know if it still is, but Even Lambs Have Teeth. Same as I Spit on Your Grave, same type of movie, revenge type movie. But those girls, oh my God, they are vicious and creative. I give them props. But yeah, they wasn't planning on bringing that one up, but definitely a good one. Um, Darkness Falls, but we got the evil tooth fairy.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume tooth fairy is feminine.
I don't know. The Rock. That was funny. Or also, besides the Rock, there was in Santa Claus 2 or 3. I think the second one, the Tooth Fairy helped him out at one point. So, when he was at a meeting or whatever, all the holiday people were together. But
And then this came up, which it's been a minute since I've seen this movie, so I'm not for sure. But this came up in the search. But the autopsy. Oh my god, I am having trouble saying words. Autopsy of Jane Doe. I guess because she's possessed or something, it makes her this. I don't know. Great movie either way.
yeah,
If she doesn't belong here, it came up in the Google search. I'm like, okay, I'll talk about this one. Father and son, both coroners, are pulled into a complex mystery while attempting to identify the body of a young woman who is apparently harboring dark secrets. Great movie. Definitely check it out. I own this one. I absolutely love this movie.
I just thought of it wasn't on my list, so I can't think of her name. But Tales from the Crypt, Bordello of Blood, the head vampire that runs it, and she eats the guy's heart. And
I got Mama, 2013. After a young couple take in their two nieces, they suspect that a supernatural spirit named Mama has latched onto the family. Now, the CGI is kind of crappy, ain't gonna lie, but don't lie, we watch worse. So, I give it how it is. If you watch worse, you can't complain about this. That's just my opinion.
I've seen it all. I got I don't think I already said it. Did I say The Exorcist already? Because I thought I did, but I don't know why I didn't cross it out.
Say what? I'm sorry.
I did mention The Exorcist, didn't I? I didn't.
Yes.
Okay.
Mention The Exorcist. While you're looking, I got Sleepwalkers. The mom.
Yeah.
The mom and son team up of strange supernatural creatures move to a small town to seek out a young virgin to feed on. But yeah, the mama in that one, definitely. And we got Frankenhooker. A medical student sets out to recreate his decapitated fiance by building her a new body made out of Manhattan street prostitutes. And, and of course, the Frankenhooker is a woman. Definitely a weird movie to check out.
That reminds me of a movie that I thought of now, Patchwork, where different girls are kidnapped by these people and they get sewn together in their minds. They're sharing the one body. So they got all their parts of it and they're talking in their head, like talking about how they move their hand, like, hey, we have to work together. And so all three of them are trying to like figure out what's going on. And they end up at one point going to a frat house. And I guess the one girl, I can't remember if she was raped or they saw someone there that was being taken advantage of, but all three of them, they go crazy and they kill like everybody in the frat house. It's a wild movie if you haven't seen that. I don't know if it's still on Tubi or not, but it's called Patchwork.
No, I haven't seen that one. My next one, I picked Us. Of family's serene beach vacation turns into chaos when their doppelgangers appear and begin to terrorize them. And as you know, the one I'm brutalize her name, but we'll say Lupita. She's like the lead of the character, I call them creatures. I don't know, doppelgangers, but definitely, I like Us and Get Out. I haven't seen Nope yet, so I can't give my opinion on that, but I like Us. I know everybody has their own opinion on it, but we got Firestarter, Drew Barrymore,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, or Charlie. I couldn't think of her character
Yeah,
name.
Charlie.
And I also got Slacks. When a possessed pair of jeans begins to kill the staff of a trendy clothing store, it is up to Libby, a idealistic young sales clerk, to stop the bloody rampage. And the Slacks are actually possessed by a woman's soul. So I will count that.
That was so weird when he's dancing, walking around. How they did that. That was.
I love it. I had so much fun watching the movie. I love that movie. And I got The Love Witch. We just watched this, not I think around last Valentine's Day on Joe Bob.
Mhm.
A modern day witch uses spells. This is actually in 2016, but it's made to look like a 60s movie. A modern day witch uses spells and magic to get men to fall in love with her with deadly consequences. I like the movie, so I think it's really bright and colorful, and it's really definitely made to look like 60s type feel, but it's definitely not.
Yeah, if you look at like the poster and trailer of it, that's kind of what it
Mhm.
reminds me of, like an older
Yeah,
movie,
if you don't look at the year, you'd think it was a.
late '60s, early '70s kind of vibe
Mhm.
to it. They had, well, speaking of witches a little bit, one that I can bring up, Tales from the Dark Side, who kidnaps the kid and preparing the dinner, and he's taking his time reading her stories from her favorite book. So, and there's actually a female gargoyle killer in that too. So yeah, got a few of them in that one.
And I got Dead Silence. A young widower turns to his hometown and search for answers to his wife's murder, which may be linked to a ghost of a deceased, ventriloquist. I would say there's two female villains in this. Of course, we got the ghost of Mary Shaw, and I will not say the other one if you haven't seen this movie because it is a spoiler. Um, but James Wan did this. I know some people hate this movie as well, but stuff it. I don't care. I like this movie.
You either like it or hate it.
Right. I like a lot of movies that most people hate.
I haven't watched that one in a while. I own it, but I haven't
Yeah,
watched
I
it.
do too.
There's a lot of stuff that I haven't watched in a long time.
And I also got, which this is on Shutter right now, Jacob's Wife, but Jacob's spelled weird. It's Jakob wife. It has Barbara Crampton in it. And married a small town minister, feels her life has been shrinking over in the past 30 years. Encountering the master brings her a new sense of power and appetite to live bolder. However, the change comes with a heavy body count. So, Barbara Crampton gets possessed. I think it's like a vampire, if I remember correctly. It's been a little bit since I've seen this, but she's definitely a creature. Can't spell worth crap today. Then I also have, this is kind of more of a, how I want to put it, urban legend, but and there's multiple movies on it, but I am only focused on one of those movies, which is La Llorona, but it's not the one with James Wan because that one's awful. This one is actually a Spanish one, I believe.
Mhm.
I believe it's Spanish. It's on Shutter. It's 2019. An aging paranoid war criminal, protected by his faithful wife, faces death while being haunted by the ghost of his past. Now, this one, I've seen multiple La Llorona movies, and this one's the one I like the best. So I would definitely suggest this one. The 2019 one, and definitely not the others. Well, I have only the only ones I can notably say is this one and James Wan. I know I've seen others, but I don't remember much about them. But
I know
this,
I mean, I haven't seen them all personally, but I know there's a bunch of La Llorona different ones.
yeah,
'Cause,
the 2019 one that is on Shutter right now is the best one that I've seen.
the best one to check out. Yeah. Got a. I'm not
Definitely
sure.
better than James Wan version. That one was awful.
That's what I heard, which I'm surprised because I mean he does
Yeah,
good.
I love James Wan. I absolutely love James Wan. But yeah, that one, no.
I'm not sure if it's still on Tubi or not, but what was it Fear Fear Farm spelled with a PH like pharmacy. They go through these mazes. It's owned by a family, and they also like they kill certain people off in it for pharmaceutical purposes. Harvest them. That I'll just leave it at that. You see what happens and how it's continued in the second one. Uh, but the daughter, she's pretty badass. She's got like a bow and arrow, and she's hunting them down too. And so, yeah, fun one to
Interesting.
check out. Yeah.
And my next one is The Taking of Deborah. Oh, I forgot to turn off Alexa. Okay, no barking. We're just looking out the window. Okay. Taking of Deborah Logan, an elderly woman battling Alzheimer's disease, agrees to let a film crew document her condition, but what they discover is something far more sinister is going on. Great movie. Definitely check it out. Came out in 2014. If you haven't seen it, definitely suggest it. And then we got Splice. Fucked up movie.
Yeah.
Genetic engineers Clive and Elsa hope to achieve fame by successfully splicing together the DNA of different animals to create a new hybrid animals for medical use. But the creature is female, so definitely. I think that's most. Oh, yeah, most of the main ones I got. I also got the Silent Hill nurses. Those are some creepy fuckers. The
Yeah.
ones that like move all jumpy.
All twisted and weird.
Yeah, sure. Oh, we
But
forgot Urban Legend.
let's see. Bones said decoys is one. That sounds familiar. Didn't they do like two or three of those movies?
Or
I know there's
Splice.
no. Bones said
Oh,
decoys.
I thought you were just my bad.
No. Yeah, the sequel's called Spliced with an ED instead of Splice. What's up, Bob?
Hmm.
Okay,
I
so
tried to
there's
look up because there's a movie called May, and I tried to look it up to read the synopsis, but for some reason IMDb is not cooperating with me, and I can't pull up the synopsis of May. But May is also on going to be on the list. Say urban legend. The woman like kind of recreates the urban legends that was like 90s, I think.
I know I saw May on this list. It came out 2002. That's the socially awkward veterinary assistant with a lazy eye and obsession with perfection descends into depravity after developing a crush on a boy with perfect hands.
And in the thing, I'm going to pick the alien queen from Aliens.
I was gonna say the Alien Queen too. You beat me to it, but yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the last one on my list. I'm double checking because I've been Xing along the way on my list. So I'm pretty sure that's the last one. Oh, Bride of Frankenstein. I forgot about her. She's more of a creature than a villain, though. I don't think she really. does too much.
If we want to go TV shows, could throw in Glory in season 5 of Buffy, played by Claire Kramer.
Shit, you want to go villains? We can go Alpha from The Walking Dead.
And Alpha. Alpha, yep.
She's fucked in the head, to say the least. Oh.
Hope said, are you talking about the types of hot dogs you can eat? What are the kind that you can't eat? I don't know.
What?
Well,
hot dogs.
Hobbs said, are we talking about types of hot dogs you can eat? So, I don't need.
Okay. Apparently, there's a conversation I missed out on them being in different tabs.
I don't know. All I see is May and a Ferris, Angela. I don't know what the type of hot dogs came up from. I don't even see anything that led into it.
I have no idea.
But, yeah, that's pretty much everyone on my list. You said your list was done too.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, tomorrow, since we got a few people in, Lola Sandra from Knife Corp will be joining us tomorrow night. Bone says the man likes hot dogs. Yeah, okay.
You like your wieners. You like your wieners.
That's all right. No judgments. You win any hot dog eating contests? I could never enter that. I'd make myself sick, probably.
Yeah.
Some of those are crazy, though. A whole hot dog in like 10, I mean, not even 10 seconds. Oh, just shove it in like, how could you not be sick after that? But anyway, what I was saying, so Knife Core, if you haven't seen it, it is on Tubi. Got Lola Sandra coming on, pretty much one of the main people in it. So it'll be an in-depth about it tomorrow, so there definitely probably will be spoilers. So if you want to watch it tonight or tomorrow,
your homework before tomorrow is to watch Knife Corp. If you don't, shit, luck on you.
You'll just find out a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff, yeah. And then next Saturday, Michael Bailey Smith will be coming on. Super Freddy, Hills Have Eyes. So different demons on Charm. Which I saw he played like 4 different demons on Charm, so that's pretty cool. The main source, Balthazar.
Yeah, I only picked the one that you sent me because that's the only one that came up really with Google too.
Yeah.
I kind of looked at the IMDb, but I didn't go in the in-depth thing where I write down each episode. I haven't seen Charmed either, but
I think he was in season 4. The source was in season 1, and I think they battled him in 3, or because I know they battled the source a couple of times. And it was the different source because the source is like the main of all evil. That's why he's the source, you know. So
gotcha. And when I Googled dude's name, and then I just picked the creature that you sent because I couldn't really use the screenshot to make that, so I had to look him up again, and then I got the Freddy one. I like how that turned out, though. That thumbnail did not fight me, and it actually turned out really well. So I was actually quite impressed with that one. Usually I have a fight with like getting things to go where I want them to go.
So yeah, and then Wednesday the 17th, which will be the following week, I believe. Lou Taylor from Evil Dead will be coming on, who read from the book. I know that's your excitement. You're like, yes. You're like, yay.
Oh, I went down. I forgot to tell you about this. I went downstairs because my copy of the remake was in the basement. I went downstairs and I grabbed it and I brought it up. And I bought this from Family Video like a long time ago. And they take the digital codes out of these when you have them at the video store. They didn't, and it wasn't used. I haven't opened this thing probably since I bought it because I probably bought it and didn't watch it or whatever. The code supposedly expired, but of course I typed it in. So now I have a digital copy of it too.
Sometimes even though they expire, they might still work. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So I don't really know how they decide.
I had one that I think the license had changed or something, and I just went to like the appropriate one and the code still worked. I forget what movie it was, and like where I had to jump from, but it was like a company that wasn't around anymore. I think got bought out by somebody else, and I was like, I typed it in and it didn't work, so I was like, oh, these were bought out by such and such, so I went there and then the code worked.
Yeah.
But I don't remember what movie I did that on.
Yeah, I know there's like some other company that doesn't even work anymore, but who knows? It is what it is. It's like if you get a code, just try it out. If it works,
Yeah.
it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I actually still, I was like going through some stuff and I found a $5 Voodoo code, $5 worth. I'm like, oh, okay. So
Nice.
I'll just use it to rent something. I won't buy anything. I'll just get something that's like $5 or whatever, or cheap, and just.
Sometimes they have movies on sale for $4.99 too.
Or if they
Of
have a
course,
movie
with
for.
tax, it comes a little bit more, but still.
So.
And we just bought some movies. I think at least one came with a code. He brought them over to me. There's none that's really horror because he picked them out.
Hitting the microphone.
Yeah. Did it make a noise?
Yep, a little bit.
Sorry. Oh, these are my movies. I thought he brought me the movies we bought today, but no, these are the movies that I did on my Dollar Tree haul. So never mind. I thought he brought me over the movies that we bought today. I know we got Terminator, the first one.
Right.
Other than that, I don't remember. I think there's mainly comedy action movies. That's usually what he picks out. But because we went to the grocery store and they sell movies. It's pretty cheap. I haven't seen one over $8. Yes, thrill me. Back up a little bit so I don't hit it. Thrill me.
Yep.
Tom Atkins. Oh, my booby hit the mic that time. There we go.
The microphone get a little thrill.
Yes, it did.
Thrill me. Okay.
Did you like that microphone? I need to quit hitting it. It's probably I'll have to cut all that shit out.
God, I think isn't there a movie like I forget what it's called, but there's something with like killer breast or something, or I can't remember what it is, but I know
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it.
I know I saw something on Tubi with like killer breast, or it ate something. I don't know. Oh, I do know I do remember in Badass Monster Killer, there's a scene where there is like acid is shot out of the nipples or something. Now besides the movie that I'm thinking of that I can't think of, I know in Clownado when she had the monster boob that was like eaten. Oh, the Bones just said the same thing I did. Clownado, yep.
And Mr. Bones also said, "Thank you for saying cool shirt. Thank you. I got this at Fright Rags. A lot of my shirts I've gotten at Fright Rags. I don't know if they still have this one, but I like the tie-dye with it. They have a Halloween one I want to get too. That is orange and black tie-dye and it has Michael Myers on it. But I haven't been able to afford it because their shirts are a little pricey, but it's worth it because they last. I have one shirt that I've had since 2018 that I still wear. I've slept in that shirt. I've wore that shirt like 100 times and it has no holes. It's faded a little, but not much. But yeah, their shirts are like I think $28 unless you catch them on a sale. He brought me a water, but I can't get it open.
Okay. Oh, my battery's running low here. It's like warning, warning.
What's a warning? I couldn't hear half of what you said.
I was sort of mumbling, talking same time. I was saying low battery.
Oh, gotcha.
But that's okay. I'm going to get ready to end this anyway, do it a little shorter tonight because I didn't really finish eating. I just ate like a little bit. It wasn't done.
Yeah, I never. Well, maybe if we ever go to the grocery store, because he usually gets paid on Friday. So usually when he gets home from work, it's kind of late. So we don't go to the grocery store because I usually have to cook dinner time he gets home. So we usually don't go to the grocery store until Saturday. So, and then we get up late. So I don't get to the store. I think we left about 3-ish.
Right.
And then time to get back and unloaded stuff, it's like I had maybe a half hour to sit and relax and kind of cool off before I have to be on here. No, 3 my time, which would have been 4 your time. So I don't get much time. So I don't get to eat before the show. I have to wait till after.
And then I should have got home sooner, but the power went out at Walmart, so the registers were down. They came back on, and then they went down a second time. It flashed, and so nobody could buy anything. And apparently, when that happened, I only had one freaking item to check out, and I thought I could go through the self checkout. But because of the power outages, none of them were taking cash, only card, because I guess they didn't bother recount. I don't know, which I think is stupid. They should have at least set one of them up to take cash like they usually do. So I had to try to find lines, and everybody had like either almost all full carts or whatever. And I finally found a somewhat short line, but still had to wait for them to get my one item. And I
Yeah,
was hoping
especially with school, coming up, that probably have a lot of people with school supplies, or I don't know how many people get groceries at Walmart. I know we used to, but then we start going to the grocery store instead. But
yeah, most people here either Walmart groceries or Publix. Those are like the two bigger ones here, Publix or Walmart. So, but oh well. So I had to. And I was hoping the stupid guy in front of me when I told him. I was like, yeah, I only have this one thing, and he hadn't put the stuff up. I was kind of hoping he'd be like, oh yeah, go ahead. But of course, he wasn't nice enough to let me in front of him. I mean, I've let people in front of me before if they've had one thing. I mean, I'm not going to ask people, like, hey, can I go in front of you? But sometimes people might. But yeah,
I usually do, especially at the Dollar Tree, because sometimes I go crazy there. But it all depends if I'm hurting too, because I can only stand for so long. So if I've already been out for a while, I probably ain't gonna let somebody in front of me. I'm good because I got to lean on the damn cart, and then I got to get somewhere to sit down. So it just all depends. If it's like I'm not that bad off yet, then I'll let people go in front of me. But
otherwise,
once I start hurting, you're shit out of luck. I'm going first. I'm sorry.
Like, what is it on TikTok? He's like, hey, what's your name? He's like, it's Ava. He's like, fuck you. What's your name? He's like,
oh, fuck you. I haven't seen that. I get a lot of farm videos for some reason. A lot of like horse and farm videos.
Weird.
I must have watched too many of like the horses running around doing stupid shit. So now that's all I get is like weird like farm videos suggested to me.
Okay. But yeah, I got the scout potatoes sitting out. It should be like you're supposed to let the scout potatoes like sit a little bit anyway, 10 or 15 minutes. But some of them I ate. But I
Skunk potatoes? Skunk potatoes?
Scout potatoes.
I thought you said skunk. I was like, what the fuck is this? Is this some sort of Floridian magic? What the fuck are you eating?
You've never heard of skunk potatoes? They smell like skunk, you let them rot first so they smell. That's what
I was like, what the fuck is skunk potatoes? I ain't eating those
potatoes. Okay, I guess you got to remember now 1:18 or 1 hour 17 minutes for the skunk potatoes. The skunk potato clip. So yes, in Florida, we let potatoes rot. We peel them up out in the sun, and then we boil the rotted potatoes, and they're called skunk potatoes.
That's what I thought you said. I'm like, what the fuck, titbots? Hashtag titbots. It was nipplebots, but titbots does sound better. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, titbots is better. Titbots, nipplebots, or whatever. So, but yes, so tomorrow, Lola, 7:00. The link is up to, you can go ahead and sign on whenever it's ready. So got that as an upcoming show. When I'll set a link up later for Michael Bailey Smith, but yes, I'm ready to eat the rest of my skunk potatoes. So, all right, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.